Alright, so we're doing Toy Story 3 then?
Go for it.
Hello and welcome to Front Row Review.
What was it? Front row what?
Front Row Review.
It's been such a long time since we've done this, I forgot how to do it.
Hello, and welcome to Front Row Review. Tonight we're going to review the movie Toy Story 3 in 3D. I'm Vince Maniaci.
I'm Brandon Maniaci.
And I'm David Graves.
Okay, it was a great film.
Alright, next.
That's it. I'm done.
Wow.
That's a new record.
Toy Story has always been like the pinnacle of Pixar movies. It's kind of like, you know, of course it's what started Pixar, and they've always seemed to like put a little bit of extra stuff in their Toy Story movies. Not that all the other stuff they did wasn't brilliant, which it was, but the Toy Story stuff always seems, for some reason, I guess, because it's, you know, their original, it was their first movie, they always seem to always make them a little bit better than anything else they do.
I think it's because Toy Story is their like flagship film. I mean, it's the one that made Pixar what Pixar is. I mean, everybody knows about Pixar because of Toy Story.
And I can tell you the truth about going in to see this movie was, you know, I was looking forward to it, but at the same time, it was kind of like, you know, this is Pixar's first, you know, third film of anything they've done, really.
The other thing I think that kind of put that in our heads too was that seeing the trailer, I mean, they gave away quite a bit in the trailer, or so I thought.
What they showed on the trailer was nothing compared to the movie.
When you see the film, everything, it's not just Andy going to college.
No, it isn't. My fault.
Good job, Brandon. Good job. Stay in there. Way to stay in there.
All right, Brandon.
The other thing I have to say too is that if I can remember what I was going to say.
Say it, Vince. Come on. You know you want to say it.
Say it out loud. Say it.
Vampire.
Okay, well, the other thing I was going to say too is
What are you going to say?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm waiting for it. This better be good.
Okay, here it comes. Ready?
The anticipation has been building up for this one, so you better have something spectacular to say right now.
One thing about the Pixar films is with each film, their animation has gotten better and better and better and better. And when you see this film, the animation on it is just outstanding. I was just blown away by...
Blown away!
Say it out loud.
Well, I thought Toy Story 3 was great. And the animation, I can't agree with Vince. It was outstanding, and it blew me away too. Blow me away.
It's basically the 3D, it's, you know, Toy Story 3D, and once again, you know, yeah, the 3D was good in the movie, but it's not necessary, people.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with that one.
I mean, it looked okay, but it was just, it was, you know, I don't know.
Brandon saw it. Me and Brandon saw it in IMAX 3D. For me, the 3D actually stood out even more in this film, even more than when they redid Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 in 3D.
Yeah, I'm saying the 3D effect was great and everything, but they didn't need it. The movie was good enough to where, you know, who cares if it's in 3D?
I think I'm going to agree with David. They could have went with 2D, because 3D is getting a little bit old for movies now.
Well, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm saying is 3D is just getting old. They're overusing it, and it wasn't necessary to put it in this film because the film is so spectacular that it doesn't need any sort of gimmick to sell this film. You know, the story here is without question, the best story that I've seen all year. Any movie all year.
They made it worthwhile. Everything that you loved about the first two movies is even in this one, and and this one is great even on its own.
Pixar is always about the story, and you know, it's kind of like the story is always first and then everything else is second.
It was a phenomenal story.
In the trailer, you see they all end up at the daycare. So it was one of those stories like, you know, I don't really know what they're going to do with this.
It ends up being so much more of a story than what you would think.
It gets very, very emotional, you know, towards the end of the film. And, you know, there's stuff that's, you know, without giving anything away, no spoilers here. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
It's absolutely some of the best, well, I ain't gonna say some of the best, it's absolutely the best animation I've ever seen, CG or otherwise, that I've ever seen in a movie towards the end of this. And it gets, you know, so powerful here towards the end of it, and I'm sitting there just kind of like gripping my chair, and I start thinking to myself, oh my god, this is a CG movie, and I'm so into it, and you totally forget, you know, you're watching a CG film. And that was like one of the very first times, you know, that's ever happened to me watching a CG film. You're like watching it, and the emotions of the characters that are coming through the screen, it's absolutely Pixar's masterwork.
Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree with that. The last time, actually the last time I ever felt that compelled by a Pixar story was Finding Nemo. I mean, that one really set my emotions off, and yeah, I forgot I was even watching a film that was, you know, looked as though it was all underwater, and you just totally forgot that you were watching a movie. This one takes that times 10. I mean, I totally agree with that. I was sitting there, my emotions were at the highest with this film. I think that has been all year, and you know, yeah, I don't want to give away anything either, but I mean, oh man.
It was just today that it was announced that Toy Story 3 is the biggest CG film of all time!
Awesome!
I would like to see this as the final Toy Story. I don't really want a part 4. You know, I'm really hoping they end it with this and not get greedy because it's made almost $1 billion. That the fact that, you know, they're gonna come out with a part 4. They need to end it with this one.
So what are you going? So what are you? So what are you going to give Toy Story? Well, I'm going to.
Well, you know, we've been giving out these Golden Normans a lot lately, it seems like. It seems like every other movie that comes out, we give a Golden Norman out to. But, you know, truthfully, this is, out of all the movies that's come out so far this summer, this is the film that rightfully deserves our highest rating.
Super Golden
Fully awesome!
It gets, from me, a super Golden Norman! Brian?